We are live on multiple platforms or multiple channels this afternoon. I just wanted to take a quick moment to share on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook with our Love and Stuff community, just a brief moment of the gratefulness journey. And for those of you that aren't on the gratefulness journey or don't know very much about the gratefulness journey has been a movement that has come out of the Love and Stuff community, which is part of HR Passions LLC. And it's basically three things that you're grateful for every day, speaking those three things aloud, and sharing those three things with three people. There is gratitude science that says that when you make gratefulness a habit, that it can declutter your life. It can declutter your mind, make your mind more sharp and productive. It can improve your immune system, so many other benefits. And so if you want to live a more full life, you should join us on the gratefulness journey every day. And you can learn more about that. We'll drop it in the comments so that you'll be able to learn more about that. And also that you'll be able to get some information on our Love and Stuff page in the Love and Stuff community on Facebook. And so I just wanted to take a quick moment because it's been quite an interesting day and morning, and I'll be shortly heading to see about a loved one. It's been an interesting day. But as you can see, the title, The Gratefulness Journey Every Day, The Blessing is on You, is the title that I wanted to share with you today. When I go bike riding, which I've been doing more frequently since the pandemic, I love to ride just a regular bike. But I haven't in many, many years owned or ridden a bike. And in our area, we have these MOGO bikes where I can rent a bike monthly or however. And so I ride it for 3 miles. At least I think that's 3 miles. Okay. 3 miles. And I ride along and listen to a soundtrack that I created with my Apple Music that I used to play in my mother, Princess Holmes' room, bless her memory, when she was going through end stages of her life here on Earth. I called it Princess's Healing. And so I listen to that, and I normally get through the 4th song or about to the 5th song while I'm riding. And one of the songs, I think it is number 5, talks about the blessing for the seed of Abraham. The blessing is on you. I'm an avid gospel music aficionado, for those of you that might not already know that. And so I listened to it, and one of the things in my gratefulness journey today that awakened, my mind was awakened to, is that every day there is a blessing on you, on your life. And part of the very blessing of the day is to be given the day. And so when you're given something, normally you say thank you. And sometimes you figure out what to do with what you're given. And that is the blessing that I wanted to share with you that's on you. I know it's 1:30 in the day. And if you're like me, you would love to sleep in on Saturdays. But I had an Army dad who just did not believe in sleeping in. And even though he is gone on, it's still etched in my mind that you're not supposed to sleep in on Saturdays. Though I tried very hard many times to do it. So your day may already be in full progression. But I wanted to ask you on your journey, are you awakened to the fact that the blessing that's on you is the start and granting of a day, another day? And if you're like me, you understand that the Creator gave you this day. And so in response to that, we ought to do at least 2 things. We ought to say thank you. And we ought to figure out what we're supposed to do with the day. The blessing is on you today to do something with the day. And what if we did that every day? At least said thank you for the day, and then try to figure out what is on the to-do list for today that will fulfill my purpose. What are we to do? I see Tanisha Holmes Garrett. Thank you so much. I wasn't going to go into much detail at this point, but Tanisha Holmes Garrett is my niece, and she's also a human resources professional and realtor, if you're looking for one on the LinkedIn platform. But she's also my niece, and so her dad is in the hospital. He is in ICU. And so as I prepare to go up there, I was thinking, took my bike ride and said, let me go get my head space together. He is my last living sibling. And so there's a little energy around that, right? But I said the blessing of the day is on you. And Tasha understands, because she's a military daughter, that it's difficult to sleep in on a Saturday. I won't say impossible, because I've managed some Saturdays to be able to do it. But the blessing is on you. And so the blessing isn't just for you. It is a blessing to have another day. But the blessing, the pronouncement of God's grace and favor is on you today. It's on you to grace you to accomplish something, to be something, to give to somebody something, to do something. The blessing is on you. God's favor for Saturday is on you. It may be your calling today to simply, in the spirit of Sabbath, reflect on all of the great things of the past week and the great things of the week to come. But there might be something that you need to be doing in this day that will accomplish some purpose for the reason that the blessing is on you. The blessing might be on you to create some product today, to answer and solve some world problem today, to pay reflections and homage to great leaders. Some of our great civil rights leaders have left this earth school. But the blessing is on you. And if you move through your gratefulness journey, knowing that each day that the Creator, and forgive me for those that don't have a belief, particularly in a higher power, that there is some power greater than you and I that has given you this day, and that there is purpose for you in this day. That's the blessing that I'm speaking about that's on you. It isn't a prosperity gospel. I'm sorry. I'm not here to say, hey, you got 3 cars coming in 7 days. No. In this one day, the blessing, the mercy, the favor of God, mercy, grace, and favor are wrapped up, and they are on you. Now, what will you do with this day? Or what have you already done with this day as an outpouring of that, as a reflection of that, or as a response to that? Just be grateful. Be grateful that the blessing is on you today. And your day could be going south, as it were. No shade to the folks that are in the south. But your day could be going downward. But the blessing of the day is still on you. Even if it feels like the day has brought you some bad news or bad tide or something that you had not planned for that was unexpected. There's still favor, grace, and mercy wrapped in the day, pronounced upon you. And now the ball is in your court. What will you do with it? If you take this one little jewel, I think it's a jewel, and put it in your tools of gratefulness, it will power every day and help you to get into the flow. If you, hopefully in 6 weeks or less, you'll have my book, and the book talks about the gratefulness journey every day and getting into your flow. You'll be able to get into a space where you understand that regardless of what happens during the course of the day is a blessing. that's on you, that was pronounced on you, that will never come again. And there is something that you must receive and something you must give in that day. And walking through it in the space of gratefulness will help to change the trajectory of your day. And you've guessed it. If you change day by day, week by week, month by month, quarter by quarter, year by year, decade by decade, what an amazingly powerful life you will have started just from one day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go to the comments and then I am going to prepare to go to the hospital. Yes. Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you all that are here. I'm not really watching all of the various platforms as I normally do. I just wanted to hop on. I intended to hop on just after my bike ride this morning, trying to make sure I get it done in this hot weather before it gets into the 80s. I try to get out there into a bike ride while it's in the 70s. I didn't quite accomplish that this morning. It was 81 by the time I got out there, and I sweated, felt good about that part. But I try to get out there while it's in the 70s. I appreciate the 70s much more. And I said, let me jump on for the gratefulness journey every day. I try not to inundate all of the wonderful people with gratefulness journey moments of just my gratefulness journey moments, because we want to hear from you and share your voice and elevate your moments along the path. People like Farah Forbes, Udegbunam, and people like Sonia Sharice, who's in our Love and Stuff community, who have joined. Marilyn Hamilton Nelson, someone else that's joined. J. Gerald Harvey IV, Susan Hallam. I'm calling out names just that are popping in my mind that are on the gratefulness journey. Lynn Shaw. We want to hear from you about your steps in the gratefulness journey so that people understand it's not just one or two people on the gratefulness journey. It's a lot of people walking the gratefulness journey. And we want to help you walk the gratefulness journey with us as a community to power your life. El Bakai, wow, thank you, brother. It's so good to see you. I haven't, not see you, but so good to hear from you. Been missing you in the Love and Stuff community. And the Love and Stuff community is a wonderful place for those that are on Twitch or on YouTube or on LinkedIn. This is kind of omni-channel communication, they're telling me. So if you haven't been to our Love and Stuff page on Facebook, you owe it to yourself to go click follow and sharing some of the content. It's all around love and stuff, from marriage to ministry, from children to siblings, from coworkers, you name it. Everything that falls under that umbrella of love and stuff. We talk about there with the ultimate goal of upping our love game. That's our hashtag in the Love and Stuff community. We want to be love on steroids in the world. So thank you so much, El Bakai, for joining us and giving me the opportunity to signal people to the Love and Stuff page. And those that are in the LinkedIn community, you'll be hearing more about the Gratefulness Journey every day, more about the Gratefulness Journey Everyday book that we hope that you will purchase very soon. It should be on Amazon very soon, putting the finishing touches on it. And you can always go to our Shopify page or Love and Stuff page, get Love and Stuff gear. And you can always, if you want specific access to me for a powerful strategy session on gratefulness, you can contact me via inbox on any of these platforms. I would be thrilled to help you if you're really serious about getting on this gratefulness journey. You can get one-on-one access with me for a strategy session about the gratefulness journey. And that initial session will be my pleasure to be free. Then we'll talk about how we help you with other sessions, because you might need to be looking at how you rebrand yourself. And that's something different. You might be looking at how you fix some relationships. That might be something different. Some social capital repair. That's something different. You might have a quick HR question, and I'd be happy to answer that quick HR question, whether you are a business or an individual. I do quick HR questions, but of course, there might be some consulting that you need beyond that, and we can fashion the opportunity for you to have access to me for a strategy session on whatever that is. Had a strategy session with someone, and it changed their thought process about a position and opportunity that they were seeking to hold on to, and they were able to hold on to that. They were able to negotiate something with the company to hold on to that position, but to also position themselves to move to the next thing, which is entrepreneurship. And not everybody's going to move to entrepreneurship, and I understand that. There have to be people who are parts of teams, people who love being a part of a company and organization. And you should be in a company where you love the work that you do and you are valued and the company loves you in that regard. And so if you want an individual strategy session about that, you can contact me on LinkedIn for that. We also have what we have as one of our highest rated shows in Love and Stuff is our Love and Stuff dating game. So we have both speed dating and blind dating. If you're interested in doing that, you can inbox me on the Love and Stuff platform, and we'll make sure that we get you fill out an initial survey and get you involved in the dating game if you're trying to get back into the dating game. So just doing an omni-channel communication. I really just came on for a moment of gratefulness journey to tell you that the blessing of this Saturday, the pronounced, intentional energy and power of grace, mercy, and favor are on you today. And I challenge you to do two things in response: to say thank you and be grateful for it, and then to do something with it. What are you to do with the blessing that is on you? Have a grateful Saturday. See you soon.